Original.
Hello, and welcome to Web Crawlers, the podcast where we do a deep dive into some of our favorite mysteries. Each week, we will introduce our topic, lay out our research and findings, reveal some conspiracy theories, and conclude with our own hypothesis. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stettin.
And I, producer Maria.
Yeah, you are, baby. Melissa, who are our patrons for today?
We've got Robin, Matt, Emily, Eileen, and Shayna. What a great bunch.
Yes. Come on, Eileen.
Eileen.
Melissa, I didn't know what our episode was on today, but now that I'm looking at the doc, I am very excited.
Surprise.
Tell us. Also, just so you guys know, we're like all different levels of sick today. So you should really know that no matter what, rain or shine, podcasting never stops.
I got a cold from seeing Fast and the Furious 9 in the movie theater.
There's no better way to go out.
It's not COVID. I got tested and I'm vaccinated.
It ain't COVID. And I have a whole gamut of stuff going on with me that you don't need to know about.
I feel okay.
It's coming,
but mentally I'm sick.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're emotionally unwell.
I've got a lot of stuff going on behind the eyes. I'll tell you that much.
All right, Melissa, what is our episode about today?
Okay. Well, every 2 years, we get to watch the top athletes in the world compete in the Olympics, but the real action and drama is behind the scenes in the Olympic villages, which is the housing where the athletes stay. It's known for debauchery, sex, and alcohol. It is, for lack of a better term, a fuck fest. What is?
Hell yeah. Sloppy fuck fest.
What's really going on in these villages? Let's get into it. Also, I say every 2 years because the Winter Olympics... Winter and Olympics? Yeah. Oh boy. The Winter and Summer Olympics are every 4 years, but they alternate. In case someone's like, it's every 4 years.
I was wondering.
What are your guys' more, which ones do you like more? The summer or the winter?
I would say winter because I love, is gymnastics winter or summer?
No, summer.
Well, fuck. I love,
now you don't know.
I like figure skating. And I guess Summer Olympics because I love gymnastics. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I like gymnasty, and I also like the figure skating. But other than that, I pretty much tap out. Like I don't really care about anything else.
Running.
So
is
neither
fun.
one of you answered my. Okay, so Melissa answered it, but you, Allie, said
I can't
like
choose.
Both.
I can't choose. I like individual sports. I don't like a season.
Winter. I'm going winter because I'm going winter.
You like snowboarding?
Yeah. Oh my god!
Shaun White
nothing. There's nothing I love more. I've told you guys about how much fun it is when I was watching 4 years ago, or whatever, for the winter ones, and the American snowboarders come down from the run, and there was this one guy that was just hanging out. He was laying on the snow, and they were like, "Hey, you just broke a record." And he was like, "Whatever, dude." They just don't. They love it. They're loving it. They're the coolest.
People keep talking about there's memes going around where it's if they're going to start testing people for weed, what are these snowboarders and skateboarders going to do?
Oh yeah.
Right.
So that's a scandal. Sha'Carri Richardson was disqualified for smoking marijuana, and she lives in Oregon where it's legal.
Also as if weed is a performance enhancing drug.
It's not.
Come on.
It's not. And she started smoking weed because a reporter had told her out of nowhere, hey, your biological mom died. I'm assuming she didn't have a relationship with her. And that, put her in, a spiral, and that's why she started smoking weed. It wasn't even, it was, to cope with, a dumb reporter springing this on her.
God. So when are the Olympics? When do this year's Olympics?
It's a good question. I have no idea.
I think they're in 2 weeks, right?
I guess they just...
Your episode's on the Olympics and you don't know when the Olympics are? That's classic classic web crawlers behavior.
Because they're not having people aren't allowed there because Tokyo is like in a state of emergency because they're having COVID up. It's a disaster. It's a disaster.
July 23rd. July 23rd.
Wow, right around the corner.
Well, excited for that pole vaulting.
Awesome. Well, no, it's oh my God.
Yes, they pole vault in the winter on the ice.
I just realized it's summer right now. Why would I think it's the Winter Olympics right now? I need help. All right. So
have you seen Simone Biles, like her Olympic trials? The crazy shit. There's a video where it looks like she like levitates, like she jumps and does a spinning, but then she gets even higher. And it's like, what is happening?
Wow.
Whoa. She's on another level.
Amazing.
Anyway, back to our episode. Okay, so Olympic villages are usually just like apartment buildings being rented out, or they are constructed for the purpose of housing athletes. They're these like little mini cities of just like buildings, and there's like restaurants and salons there and food and like, all sorts of things there. So the first Olympic village was at the Paris Olympics in 1924. The reason for this particular invention was entirely pragmatic, as the hotel or the hosts saw it necessary to keep the athletes in the same approximate area near the stadium instead of having them like bunk all over town in various facilities. Someone's like, why don't we just have them all nearby? It just makes everything easier.
Yeah.
And so they were basically living in this like shanty town of cabins. Like it was just really like shittily put together. And now they're in these like little cities with complexes. And then the village built for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, which is now the 2021 Olympics, is huge. It's this massive complex, has 21 huge towers with an estimated 18,000 beds for over 11,000 Olympians.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm assuming they repurpose them to like condos or apartments afterwards.
They should do it for like homeless housing.
Seriously. Yeah, if you can build housing for Olympians that quickly, what are you doing?
I know. It's so crazy.
What are we doing? Eric Garcetti. So the first known Olympic Village parties were in Munich in 1972.
Oh.
So the Munich Games, this is crazy. The Munich Games were the first return of the Olympics to Germany since the Nazi rule, and they had been dubbed the Die Heiteren Spiel, the cheerful games.
Oh, I hate it when you speak German.
Die Heiteren Spiel, Wiener Schnitzel. But then on September 4th, a week or so into the Olympics, 8 members of a Palestine terrorist group called Black September climbed over the fence of the village and made their way into a building where Israeli Olympians and officials were staying. They stormed the building. They killed 2 people. It was a wrestling coach, Moshe Weinberg, and a weightlifter, Yosef Romano. And they had 9 hostages. I don't remember hearing about this.
I do.
In what year was it? Or
1972.
There's a movie about it.
But that's right. Spielberg.
Yeah.
Spielberg, Bana, Munich.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what Munich is about?
Yeah.
Interesting. Fascinating. Never seen it. So the terrorists demanded the release of the prisoners, but the negotiations ended in a disaster. The prisoners and the Black September members were transported to a nearby air base as part of like this whole plan. And then the German police force ambushed them because they were like, oh, we don't know what to do. And then it was like this whole confrontation. And then a police officer ended up dying. 5 Black September gunmen died, and every single one of the hostages died.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Jesus
so then the Olympics ground to a halt for like 24 hours after that event, but then they ultimately continued after memorial service. That's when like they created this like discotheque for people to like come together and like have fun. And like, so that's kind of when like all the big parties started. Like that was kind of the first like village party.
Wow.
And it was the 70s. It was like disco. Everyone was like, it was a wild Olympics. Wild time.
Right.
And then in 1990, the Albertaville Winter Games, apparently they had these condom machines.
Stop.
What? Apparently the officials were refilling the condom machines every 2 hours. because
Whoa.
the athletes just kept like emptying them out. And then in 1992 in Barcelona, 50,000 condoms were distributed. There's usually around 10,000 athletes, more than 10,000 athletes. So that's only 5 each. So when you think about it, if everyone is fucking in the Olympics every other day for 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
That's wild. It makes you think because it's like, okay, you spent your whole life working up to getting to this point, to being at the Olympics. But then like there's something about being in a village with all these other people your age where people are like,
yeah, exactly, competing. You're young. You're probably like teenagers, early 20s. You're super hot. Like you've had this super restrictive life. Some people are there for the first time without parents.
Oh, for sure. I bet.
That's wild. You're right.
So
You're
they're
right.
like, party! Woo! Everyone's like super in shape and just like the most attractive people
So
on the
hot.
planet.
Everyone's ripped.
And then, so in 2000 in Sydney,
I'm getting horny.
how do we break into an Olympic village? Just be like,
I
yeah,
know.
I'm on the,
You gotta get good at a
Yeah,
sport.
like people
Let's
would
get-
believe that we're on something.
what's a sport where you don't have to be
Summer
in good
Olympics?
shape? Like bobsledding. I guess you don't have to be like super.
We're on the Web Crawlers bobsledding team.
The Web Crawlers bobsled team. The
It'll
three
be
of
like-
us, the luge.
It'll be like the Jamaican bobsled movie, but like the web crawlers.
The Erios
It's like the
bobsled.
luge.
runnings.
We could
The
do
luge.
archery. I think we could do archery.
Oh, yeah. Well, you gotta have. You think your muscles
You've
might have
got
to
a
be
good forearms.
Oh,
No, I
fuck.
think pretty much any Olympic sport, you have to put in a lot of training
Yeah,
and
you-
be pretty good.
I'm like, you don't need to work out for the bobsled, and it's like, no. So then in Sydney, 2000, they went through 70,000 condoms in the first week,
Jeez.
and it's the Olympics is like about 2 weeks, so that's about like 7 condoms each.
Wait. I need to interject for a second.
Yes.
I'm looking at a list of different Olympic sports.
Oh boy.
First of all, table tennis is an Olympic sport.
Oh, ping pong.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Forrest Gump, right?
Well, I
Isn't
guess,
it?
yeah, I knew that from Forrest Gump. Tug of war. From 1900 to 1920, tug of war was an Olympic sport.
Oh, that's fun.
That's
Yeah,
how
that would be
fun.
fun to watch.
Why did that
crazy.
go away?
That would be
That
fun
would
to
be my
like,
favorite thing to watch.
Yeah, like Red Rover.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like dodgeball. Dodgeball should be an Olympic
Dodgeball?
sport.
Oh,
It's not, but it should be. I got to start a petition. Oh my God, handball from 1936 to 1970. Oh wait, I think it is again. It
That
says
makes sense. I love
1936,
handball.
1972.
That's fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun sports out there that I.
Yeah, who knew?
Sure.
Who knew?
Maybe they're not televised because they have low.
Oh. Yeah, I guess
knows?
it's. Yeah, if no one watches, goodbye. You know?
Yeah.
And then, okay, so in the Salt Lake City Olympics, Beijing Olympics, Vancouver Olympics, they started passing out 100,000 condoms each. The number just keeps going up.
Oh my God.
I had no idea.
So what's crazy is that in Rio in 2016, due to the Zika virus, there were 450,000 condoms passed out. And like, how does the Zika virus, I thought it was like an infection thing. I mean, I guess you could,
It was from mosquitoes.
right.
Maybe they didn't want people fucking mosquitoes.
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Oh, yeah. A person with Zika can transmit the virus to his or her partner through vaginal, anal, or oral sex.
Oh, okay.
It's detected in semen, vaginal fluids, saliva,
Whoa.
urine, and breast milk.
Whoa.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Wow.
So watch out, guys.
Yeah, wear your condoms.
Yeah.
450,000 condoms with like 11,000 athletes. That's about 40 condoms each.
Wow.
That's a good amount.
Yeah, that's a good amount. And then this in Lillehammer in 1994, 2 German bobsledders offered to trade their gold
Our
medals.
comrades,
Our comrades.
colleagues.
Bobsledders up to no good. These 2 guys, they offered to trade their gold medals to a group of alpine skiers for an orgy with quote unquote extra spice.
What does that mean, Melissa?
Butt
What does
stuff.
extra
I don't
spice
know.
mean?
Butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
Extra spice. I mean, if you were to say that, you were like, first of all, why does anyone want anyone else's gold medal? What does that do?
You could sell it. It's worth
But then
money.
what? It's not literally made of gold, is it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Our gold medal.
Yes. Right? Hold on. Is it just like gold plated?
Made of
Only
gold.
6 grams of gold. They're made from at least 92.5% silver.
Oh.
See, I just don't.
Well, that's still 6 grams of 24 karat gold.
Bro, they're only worth $302.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
What a scam.
that's chump change.
What a scam these Olympics are.
I don't even want to go
They
to the Olympics
They should
anymore.
start giving medals out of crypto.
Yeah,
They should.
Crypto medals.
just Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Seriously. that would be worth way more. Wow.
Hell yeah.
What the Olympics are a
That's
ripoff.
wild.
And so then in Sydney in 2000, this target shooter named Josh Lakatos, he finished his events in the first 3 days, because the Olympics are like 3 weeks long. And he was told to give back the keys from his rental house before he flew home. Like, okay, you're done. Get out of the house. So he gave back the keys, but then he rigged the door so he could still open it and stayed for the
What?
rest of the Olympics. Turned this whole compound into like a makeshift brothel.
Stop.
Apparently, hundreds of athletes used it, and it was known as the Shooter's Compound. People were there just fucking.
Like shooters, like semen, like they're shooting semen all around town.
Well, he was a target shooter.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, sorry.
But same, yeah, double meaning. What a fun
I have
guy.
a question. When they've got, like in the Summer Olympics, they have like real life NBA players and stuff like going, like Kobe Bryant would go and like all these people. Do they stay in the Olympic villages too? Or do they go stay at hotels? Because that would be wild to me if like.
That's a good
your
question.
That is
your
a good
bunkmate was-
question.
I would assume not, because some of the like apartments, they're not fancy at all. Some of them are just like small. Some of them have 2 beds to a room. I would assume that they would, like, LeBron's not staying in the Olympic Village.
Okay, listen to this. No one has to stay in Athletes Village. The accommodations are provided free of charge to each National Olympic or Paralympic committee, but each athlete is free to decide whether to use them, generally on a sport-by-sport basis. So, and then there's a complex article that says why NBA stars won't stay in the Olympic Village from 2016.
I went to college with an Olympian, Allison Felix.
Oh, the runner.
Yeah, the sprinter. She and I were both at the same cohort at the Rossier School of Education at USC.
Damn,
Whoa.
she won gold medal, right?
Yeah, I have a picture of us together on graduation.
Whoa, you better post that.
Not just she
Hey.
and I. It's my little like cohort. But yeah,
Wow.
we can post it on the Web Crawlers Instagram. if I
2
can find it.
alleys, 2 Olympic winner.
2
alleys.
Olympic winners, bobsledding and running.
That's cool.
So I just want to quote this complex article. The Team USA has never really been down with Olympic Village, and 2016 will be no different. This is about the basketball players. The boys are too famous, too tall, too rich, and the Olympic Village is oftentimes considered too unsafe. So it should come as no surprise that each squad since the 92 Dream Team has opted out of athlete accommodations, and they opt for something more upscale. This year, in 2016, they'll be staying on the Silver Cloud cruise ship along with the women's team. The ship has a library and a casino, and the suites usually go for about $13,000 a week.
Damn.
So all the USA basketball players were living on this yacht.
Well, yeah,
That's
'cause they're,
crazy.
like, world famous. They're celebrities. They can't be living next to like a figure skater, like an ice dancing couple, like rooming next to them. Like, what's up, Kobe?
Wow, that's wild. What a life. What a life.
What a
Yeah.
life. Let's take it.
Oh boy. Unsubscribe. I'm unsubscribing.
Oh man, what a day. Let's take a quick break for announcements. Web Crawlers has a Patreon to get access to rewards, bonus episodes, video episodes a day early, and ad-free episodes. Please go to patreon.com/webcrawlers. You can donate as little as $2 a month or $24 a year to become a patron. Also, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. If you give us a 5-star review, we will read it on our mailbag episode and just like you better than everyone else. Also, please call our hotline. You know the number. Insert jingle here if you don't.
626-604-6262.
And we will play it, your voicemail, on our mailbag episodes, whether it's a 1-parter or a 3-parter. Anyways, back to our scheduled programming.
Okay, so then there's a New Zealand Taekwondo player. Oh, player?
Player.
I can't.
Taekwondo
competitor.
Competitor, yes. I'm sick. Logan Campbell's. He also opened a brothel during the 2012 New Zealand Games to help him recoup all the money he spent on his training to get to the Olympics.
Smart.
And he raised enough money, but then he got knocked out of the first round.
Oh my God.
Good for him, taking advantage of the situation. He's like, oh, all these people are super horny. I'll just have a place where they can all come.
If I were an Olympian, I would be so beat by the end of the day. I would not have the stamina to perform.
Well, you're only
sexually.
You're not competing every day.
Oh,
like
I guess that's true.
Your competition is like, only a few days.
Interesting. Okay,
So
good
it's
point.
Probably
good
a lot
point,
of
good
just
point.
like waiting around.
Yeah. And fucking. Okay.
And then in London, 2012, Grindr crashed, and it took 24 hours to get it back up and running.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a lot of dudes there looking to hook up.
That's amazing.
And just overloaded Grindr. It was too much.
Is 2012 London summer or winter?
That would be summer, because Rio was
Interesting.
2016.
Okay.
And then the 2002 Winter Games in Salt Lake City, this like conservative pro-abstinence anti-abortion group called Generation Life organized 5 days of protests against the games, specifically protesting that they made condoms available.
Well, I agree. Condoms are stupid.
They're like, no condoms. Well, you for other reasons.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's weird that these conservative groups are anti-condoms, but also anti-abortion. Like, pick a lane.
Yeah, that does not. Well, do they think that like condoms are like
Promoting sex.
killing sperm? No, maybe they think condoms are like killing.
I think they just want
kids.
people to not have sex.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. They're just
Pro-abstinence
abstinence.
group. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, condoms are good. Like it.
Yeah, that's weird.
In Salt Lake City, over 150,000 condoms were passed out. And at least 10 athletes got STDs and over 20 had abortions like later on.
That is bananas.
11,000 athletes. Someone's going to get chlamydia,
I'm more focused on the abortion part. That's
Yeah.
crazy that so many people got pregnant.
Yeah. Well, it's all
Wow.
like these, early 20s,
Young and fertile bitches.
young,
yeah.
fertile ladies.
But I'm actually kind of surprised because women who train that hard sometimes have such a low BMI and like stop
That's
getting their
right.
period. It's kind of like surprising that they were
Yeah.
able to get pregnant that readily, but maybe
It's the bobsledders.
it's the bobsled
lazying
team.
around.
Yeah. Because you probably actually have to be maybe overweight to get that bobsled to move real fast.
Oh,
You
that's
guys sound like idiots. You guys seriously sound like idiots.
well, you can't be super light. It's the bobsled's not going to go as fast. You gotta have you gotta have enough muscle. on you.
Or does it or no, I think it's the opposite maybe maybe being a little overweight makes the bobsled move slower.
That's a question for physics.
Yeah, any
You know?
scientists out
I
there,
don't
please call us and let us know about
bobsledders
the-
are all like in shape people.
I've never seen. I've only seen the John Candy movie about bobsledding.
The John Candy movie.
No, they're all pretty fit. They're all very fit.
Yeah.
How does mass affect luge? So there's
the
this whole
luge.
article on Forbes, which is luge is where you're lying flat
Yeah.
and you're just on like a.
That's scary.
So that's a little different.
yeah.
Guys, Google image Canadian bobsled team. If you're listening to this podcast, as soon as you're not driving or ready, Google image Canadian bobsled team.
Okay.
The boys
Whoa.
in their undies?
They
See,
look
these boys just want to
damn.
have fun.
They look like
These boys just wanna
Chippendales
have
dancers. I hope all of them get 20 condoms each.
I take back everything I've
These
ever said
boys
about
are fun.
bobsledders.
Yeah, look at these ripped
These guys
jabronis.
are hot as hell.
Yeah,
These are the
Damn,
boys.
okay.
The boys.
yeah.
Bobsled boys.
Look at the bobsled boys.
Okay. Well,
They're in suspenders. They're in like hammer pants and suspenders and beanies, and they're ripped as hell. And they're showing off their guns. They're flexing.
damn.
Wow.
Good for them.
So in 1988 in Seoul, there were reports of tons of condoms found on the roofs of Olympic residences.
What?
And then the Olympic Association banned outdoor sex. Like people were just having sex on the roof.
Whoa.
Yeah, why not? It's probably beautiful. The lights of Seoul at nighttime.
Yeah, I bet that is pretty.
In 2008 in Beijing, the women's soccer team won gold. Hope Solo said that she and her teammates went on an all-night bender with Vince Vaughn, and then
Whoa,
they did the Today
okay.
Show drunk the next morning. I remember
That's
watching
fun.
that. That
Oh,
was
really?
That was a big deal that they won. And they were just like, the next morning, like, woo, we won. And they were like all wasted still, like hanging out with Vince Vaughn. What a sounds fun. And then in an article, Ryan Lochte said that about 75% of athletes are having sex. That's what he said. He's like, yeah, everyone's having sex. Ryan Lochte, also the guy who claimed he was robbed at gunpoint in Rio. Remember that scandal?
I'm pretty sure that now. Oh, no. That's the swimmer guy.
Ryan Lochte is a swimmer.
Was there another swimmer guy who smoked weed, and there was a huge scandal about that?
Who's that other Michael Phelps? Did he smoke weed?
Because now he does commercials for like online therapists. Olympic swimmer.
Oh, Michael Phelps?
Maybe I'm thinking of Michael Phelps.
After pictures of Phelps smoking weed from pipes surfaced on the internet, the USA swimming team temporarily withdrew its financial support. This is in July 2nd of 2021.
I'm thinking of Michael Phelps.
Interesting.
It is strange that that like weed is like a thing.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how that would
It's stupid.
I guess
yeah.
it's just they draw a hard line and then they just go like, just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Don't do drugs.
Because no other. Just don't do
Just don't do drugs, guys.
But then
Just say no.
Yeah.
The Biden administration they said they're looking into changing the rules for marijuana.
Oh, interesting.
They just said that a few days ago because of what happened.
Okay.
But yeah, Ryan Lochte, remember he told the Brazilian authorities that he and his teammates were robbed at gunpoint at a gas station. And then it turns out they had surveillance video and the swimmers had like vandalized the gas station restroom. Like they were just like breaking shit, knocking shit over. And then the security guards confronted them and like they took out their weapons and they were like, you need to pay for this damage before you left the gas station. They were just like, fuck you.
Wow.
Ryan Lochte. I've
It's
seen
like The
interviews with him.
Purge.
Yeah. He's so dumb. He is so dumb.
He's got his head in the water. He's got his head underwater. What do you expect?
Yeah. That's what it is. All that chlorine in your ears.
all that water in his ears.
And it's estimated that half of the underage athletes lost their virginity at the Olympic Village.
Oh my God.
Wow.
But like, yeah, if you're like
It makes
16,
sense. Makes sense.
17, 18-year-old gymnasts,
You spend your whole life waking up at like 4 a.m.
Yep.
Totally.
to go do it, then go to school, then go back, and it's like then you get to go to basically like college, like
yeah.
2 weeks of just like dorm room debauchery.
Yeah.
How fun.
Wow. That sounds like the name of a porn movie.
Dorm room
Room
debauchery.
debauchery. I'm Googling it. I bet you it's the name of a porn.
for sure.
Dorm room debauchery
Dorm
for
room.
2 weeks.
Yeah, dorm
these
room
Olympic
debauchery,
athletes-
drilling young and tight, petite, starring Piper Perry.
Drilling young and tight,
Wow.
petite VR.
Oh, it's virtual reality.
Oh, whoa. Even better.
Wow, and it's also a book. Well,
No.
Dorm Mate Debauchery is a book, a first-time lesbian romance.
Oh.
Courtney Miller had her entire future planned out. College, law school, marriage to Mr. Right, kids, happily ever after, until she spied on the sexy and dangerous dorm mate Madison Whitaker making out with her girlfriend through a crack in the door.
Whoa.
Ooh.
I think we found our audio clip for the episode.
Wow. It has no customer reviews. Not one single
Maria,
customer review.
beware, beware, beware.
Please.
Please don't read this book.
And then at the 2000 Olympics, a javelin athlete, Bro Greer, was quote unquote visited by 3 women every day in order to stay relaxed. It was fucking 3 times a day. I mean, I guess if you're not smoking weed and you got anxiety, it's you got
Fuck. Sorry, keep talking. I need to go outside for a second, okay?
okay.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine.
Dying to hear what's going on. Something's there, maybe a delivery.
We'll know in moments away from
Can't
knowing
wait to hear.
everyone.
What was that?
I ordered a bunch of big plants for my backyard, like a bunch of huge succulents and stuff. And they're delivering them now, but they didn't tell me when they were delivering. So I was like, we just leave them on my driveway and do I have to sign for anything? And this guy was on the phone the whole time and didn't give me any answers, but they can go fuck themselves.
Cool. Okay then. Go fuck yourselves with your giant plants.
They look good though.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And then Hope Solo, she said, I've seen people having sex right out in the open, on the grass, between buildings. People are getting down and dirty.
Wow. Isn't public sex illegal though, right?
Depends, I guess, what country you're in, baby.
Uh-huh.
I guess that's true.
And then at the 2000 games, the Australian team threw a bonfire and burned a bunch of furniture from the village. Fucking
Whoa.
Australians. They're
God.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then this is a dark thing that happened.
Oh no.
So in Rio, there was a beachgoer discovered human body parts that had washed up on shore right in front of the Olympic beach volleyball arena on Rio's Copacabana Beach.
Okay.
Stop it.
Doesn't have anything to do with sex, but I thought that was a wild...
Well, you never know. Someone might have a foot fetish and do something kind of nasty with that dismembered foot.
Well, what happened? Whose was it? Did they find out what was
It was
going
just
on?
someone who got murdered. It was just a body floating around.
Jeez.
Yeah, crazy. It was a dismembered foot, and another body part was found. And then the police believe the victim was a woman or a young adult.
Jeez.
And then another body was found in a bay where sailing competitions were supposed to take place in Rio. So there's just dead bodies floating around in Rio.
Jesus
Whoa.
Christ.
I do like watching beach volleyball, not to turn
I
on
do
that subject, but I do enjoy women's beach volleyball.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too. And then we come to Sochi. You guys remember Sochi?
Man, my favorite. I love the Sochi Olympics.
Yeah, they're fun.
I do. I really do.
It's seeing that in real time. Everyone was tweeting. All the reporters were like, "Here's my room. Here's the water coming out of my sink."
It was like Fyre Fest.
Yes, it was
And
Fyre
then,
Fest.
and then there was Bob Costas's pink eye, baby. You never
remember
forget.
he had pink eye in one eye, then it spread to the other eye.
It was so sad. It was so sad. But he was a trooper. He kept it going.
He kept going.
But it was it was very telling.
Those the hotels were the construction wasn't finished. There was exposed wire. There was an uncovered manhole. There were packs of wild dogs running around. And I read that they spray painted the grass green because it was so brown and dead.
Weren't they? This is horrible, but I believe they were murdering dogs.
Yeah.
They were doing mass murders of. I can't be sure on this, but I do remember
because they couldn't get. There was
because there
just
were
packs
so
of
many
wild
wild
dogs
dogs.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's horrible.
What a
Horrible.
nightmare. And then a couple more scandals. We all know the Nancy Kerrigan scandal. That was a big to do.
Yeah, sure
Tanya
was.
Harding, and that was everyone knows about that. Then the Atlanta bombing happened. Do you guys see that movie that was based off of it?
Richard Jewell.
Yeah.
It is so good. Have you seen Richard Jewell?
It's great.
Mhm.
I
great.
loved it. It was really, really, really good. I cried. It is like so. I felt so bad for him. It is really, really
I
good.
love Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell's the
Yeah.
best.
Oh my God. He is a sexy man and a great dancer. So good in the Charlie's Angels movie when he plays the villain.
Yeah.
Dare I say his best role?
He was good in that. He was so good in that.
You know who
Yeah.
else is in one of the Charlie's Angels movies? Justin Theroux.
Oh, who does he?
He plays a villain.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. The more you know.
Time for a rewatch. I rewatched the first one a couple months ago. Fun time. I loved the Charlie's Angels gals.
Yeah, remember they were best friends, bopping around
Yeah.
town, just looking cute. Huge year for Stila eye makeup.
I forgot about Stila.
Me too. I don't know if they're still a brand anymore, but I just remember like they were the official
Stila.
makeup artists of the Charlie's Angels franchise.
That's funny. And then, of course, the Oscar Pistorius, the Olympic runner who had fake legs. He murdered his girlfriend.
I don't remember any of this. Please
What?
explain. No, I'm not really an Olympic head.
Well, this was a worldwide event.
Well, I don't know about the world either. So what happened?
He like shot his girlfriend through the bathroom door and like claimed self-defense, and it was a whole thing. But like he had like a history of like anger issues, and like he avoided jail, but he was convicted finally like a few years ago.
Holy
It
moly.
was crazy. But he was this like gold medal Olympian, and he was getting treated like very kindly, and everyone was like, what the fuck? Like, just because he's an Olympian, like he's a murderer.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's a couple movies about that. But yeah, that's all she wrote.
Yeah, murder. Oh my God, that's so weird. I was about to say the same thing. That is, we're simpatico today. Well, if you guys have any Olympic stories, if you've been in the Olympics, are you an Olympian? If you've trained to try to get into the Olympics and you didn't get in, or if you know anything about the inertia of bobsledding, Melissa, where can people reach us?
You can email us at webcrawlerspod@gmail.com.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good day. I am Allie, Nancy Kerrigan Leg Siegel.
Whoa, I am Melissa Bobsledder Stetton.
And I'm Maria. Gold medals for days Blasucci.
That means you're only worth $300 and you're mostly silver. Bye.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.